While some women like Tupac's wife kept a low profile following his death, others like Lottie took things differently, selling off sex tapes and items belonging to Juice WRLD. As for Genesis Sanchez, the woman no one knew was connected to XXXTentacion, she made a big splash by sharing private details about their lives. So the budding question remains, just how far were some of these dead rappers' wives willing to go for their own fame, and what happened to them after that? Tupac's wife Keisha Morris keeps low profile. You'd probably never have heard the name Keisha Morris before, but that's because she has lived a very private life. Morris gained public attention when she began dating rapper Tupac Shakur and eventually married him when he was in jail in 1995. Following Tupac's death in 1996, Morris steadily faded away from public view, and she has spent the last couple of years on various noteworthy endeavors. The multifaceted beauty isn't only an actress, but she's also an educator and has also authored a book. One of her most notable screen roles was her portrayal of Lisa's friend in the 2005 comedy film The Bagman. While Morris's acting career may not have lived up to her expectations, she has been able to carve a niche for herself in education and advocacy for human rights and equity. Although Keisha Morris met Tupac while she was in college, she later earned a degree in criminal justice after his death. She returned to college to pursue a master's degree in education. Since bagging her master's, she has dedicated her life to supporting underprivileged communities and advocating for educating people about their rights and promoting equity. Furthermore, Keisha has co-authored several books, including When My Cousins Come to Town and For Beautiful Black Boys Who Believe in a Better World. Away from all of that, Morris currently lives in New York City, and she has given birth to 2 children with an unidentified man. No evidence suggests that she remarried since Tupac's death, and the information about her 2 kids is also very limited. This is because Morris rarely appears in public, and so very few photos of her can be found online. Morris was certainly not this photo shy when she met Tupac as a 20-year-old college student. At the time, the late rapper was going through his sexual assault case, but it didn't stop their love from blossoming. The duo first met at the Capitoline New York club, where they danced and spoke briefly. A month after this, Morris and Tupac met at another New York club called Tunnel. At this point, Tupac expressed his intention to take her out on a date, and Morris agreed. Unfortunately, their relationship was affected by Tupac's incarceration after he was sentenced in his sexual assault trial. Despite this setback, Tupac stunned the hip-hop world when he proposed to Morris, and the two went on to tie the knot on April 29, 1995, at the Clinton Correctional Facility. During a 2011 interview with XXL magazine, Morris recalled Tupac's reasoning, saying, "For him it was more like, I don't want you saying you're my girlfriend. I want people to take you seriously and let them know that you're my wife." Morris was very supportive of Tupac throughout his stay in prison, helping him run his business, and is even credited with getting him to sign for Death Row Records. After Tupac's early release from jail in March 1996, their marriage began to experience some serious issues. That same year, Tupac got his and Morris's marriage annulled. While recalling their breakup, Morris said, "Things were getting very different once he got bail, and I felt like I wasn't needed anymore." Unlike most celebrity breakups, Morris and Tupac remained close friends, and she was even with him in New York the day before he was killed in a fatal drive-by shooting in Los Angeles. His death was exceptionally hard on Tupac's mother, close friends, Morris, and especially his then fiancée, Kidada Jones. Tupac debuted his relationship with Kidada Jones just months after his split from Morris. The two quickly became an item and got engaged despite Tupac previously making offensive comments about Kidada's father, famed music producer Quincy Jones. He would later apologize for his remarks, and the two were looking forward to solidifying their relationship when Tupac got killed. Even though their relationship was short-lived, Kidada still described Tupac as the love of her life in her father's 2001 autobiography. 2 years after making the statement, Kidada married her husband, Jeffrey Nash. The marriage would crash 3 years later, leaving Kidada to focus on her career and businesses. From Tupac's beautiful love story with Keisha Morris, we move on to another woman who tried to cash in on the death of her late beau. Juice WRLD's fiancé tried to sell their sex tape. Ali Lottie, a social media personality and influencer, came into the limelight when she began dating rapper Juice WRLD in 2018. Since the rapper's death, Lottie has continued to hug the headlines, mainly due to her getting involved in a string of controversies and questionable behavior. In one of her most bizarre moments since Juice WRLD's untimely death, Lottie took to her Instagram account in January 2024 to reveal that she would be selling her sex tape with the late rapper on OnlyFans for $30. According to TMZ, Lottie wrote on her OnlyFans page, "Hackers are trying to threaten me to leak my old sex tape with my ex-fiance Juice WRLD. ID gaff anymore. I'll leak it myself. It's a long time since I have been rough with some big black like this. I am so mad that I am adding every nude I ever sent him. I know you will at least enjoy it. Can't believe I am actually sending this, but I can't be threatened anymore." Even though Lottie tried to justify selling the sex tapes, music fans were having none of it and slammed her for disrespecting Juice WRLD's legacy. One person wrote online, "It's pretty gross to sell a video of someone you loved when they're not here to consent, regardless of gender. So disrespectful." Another person suggested, let's be real here. There are no hackers. She just wants to make money from a guy that isn't here to stop it. Very sad. Months after this incident, Lottie was once again in the news after some Juice WRLD fans alleged that the social media influencer was selling another sex tape with the late rapper. Although the reports were never confirmed, it didn't stop Lottie from catching some flack from irate fans, and it was for good reason. Back in March 2024, some fans accused Lottie of trying to make money off Juice WRLD's name by selling his clothes on her OnlyFans page. But things even get weirder from here. At the time, an alleged post of Ali Lottie's on her OnlyFans began to circulate on social media, and it sent Juice WRLD fans into a major fit. In the post, Lottie lists another batch of Juice WRLD shit to bail her current boyfriend out of jail. These included various clothing items for hundreds of dollars, a preserved strand of dread hair belonging to Juice WRLD for $100 or 10 for $999, teeth and molars for up to $1,000, and a vial of Juice WRLD's bodily juice for $10,000. The post was reshared on X by my mixtapez, and it triggered an angry reaction from fans who blasted Lottie for being disrespectful towards Juice WRLD's memory. One of the X users wrote in the comments section, "She got no shame at all for BFs. Bail money, bitch." Another angry fan questioned, how does she work really hard for what she has RN, but making bank selling her ex-BF shit? A third person wrote, man, I feel so bad for my boy Juice, this shit is wild. There's no way to know if she eventually went through with the sales, but she did manage to get the bail for her current boyfriend, Carter Jamison. Ali Lottie was arrested alongside her boyfriend Carter Jamison in early 2023. The two were allegedly busted for shoplifting at a Walmart in Arkansas, and authorities later found them in possession of illegal substances. They were released after posting a bail of $2,500. According to court documents at the time, Lottie would only avoid jail time on the condition that she stayed out of any legal trouble for the next 6 months from her arrest. In exchange for agreeing to a plea deal, Lottie and Jamison were given a 1-year suspended sentence and 6 months probation. Once again, Lottie's ordeal and the charges brought against her, with many of them accusing Lottie of providing the drugs that killed him. Juice WRLD died on December 8, 2019, and his autopsy report later showed that he had died from an accidental overdose. For years, the late rapper's fans have accused Lottie of supplying the drugs that killed him, and she has largely remained quiet in the face of the prosecution. However, in November 2022, Lottie finally replied to her critics, debunking reports that Juice WRLD died of an accidental overdose while suggesting that there's more to Juice WRLD's death that is being covered up. While Lottie continues to unravel in more controversies, the next late rapper's baby mama can be described as the exact opposite. XXXTentacion's baby mama is all about their son. Rapper XXXTentacion's untimely death had already become public news for some time before anyone knew there was a lover in the picture. XXXTentacion's baby mama, Genesis Sanchez, was already pregnant before the rapper was killed, but her pregnancy was kept under wraps to protect her and the baby from unwanted media attention during such a critical period. However, 3 days after XXXTentacion was killed, his mom, Cleopatra Bernard, revealed that he was expecting a child with a mystery woman who was later identified as Genesis Sanchez. Bernard announced while sharing a sonogram image on her Instagram page alongside the caption, "He left us a final gift." Since stepping out of the shadows when her baby was born in early 2019, Sanchez has had nothing but the sweetest things to say about her relationship with XXXTentacion. While speaking with Local 10 News in an exclusive February 2019 interview, Sanchez revealed that the late rapper already had names picked out for their baby. She noted that they were original names that he made up, Gekume for a boy and Ziora for a girl. She said,
Geku means different state or next universe of thought. And yes, Jose did pick out this name before he passed away. I know it's kind of hard to say Gekyum. I heard people like Gekumi, and I'm like, no, it's Gekyum. But yeah, he goes by Yumi as well.
Sanchez, who has a tattoo on her neck inscribed with XXX's real name, Jase, also told the news outlet that she would make sure her baby knows about his father. She said,
he's gonna know about his dad. He's gonna hear about his dad 24/7. I'm going to tell him about all the fond memories that I have with his dad, Jose. I'm going to tell him how much he would have loved him.
Although the doting mom acknowledged that when their child grows older, not meeting his father would affect him, so pledged that for now, Duri will be to educate him as much as she can. Barely 2 years from that interview, Sanchez penned a letter to the late rapper on their son's 2nd birthday. In the letter obtained by XXL, Sanchez writes, "I used to think, where did I go wrong in a past life when I lost you? Now all I can think about is you and I must have done something right to create such a divine being, Gekume. He's getting so big it's crazy. To think he's about out to be two, how time's passing. Sanchez continued by highlighting how their son was developing a strong personality and had started saying words like mama and papa. The mother of one then posted a tribute video where she can be seen writing and heard reading the letter. This came just a few weeks after Sanchez shared a video showing Gekuma holding a photo book that contained a collage of pictures of XXX. As he skimmed through the content, he instantly recognized his dad and could be heard saying papa. Gekuma never got the chance to meet his dad, who was killed in an apparent robbery months before his birth. The rapper was shot outside a motorsport dealership in South Florida. 2 days after the incident, then 22-year-old Dedrick D. Williams was arrested in connection with the rapper's murder. 3 other suspects have since been arrested and charged with first-degree murder among other charges. Next up, we have a social media influencer who has shaken off the grief and is currently back to living her best life. Pop Smoke's girlfriend, living it up. Before his passing, rapper Pop Smoke was dating Alyssa Danielle, a model and Instagram influencer who goes by the name Yummy Yellow on Instagram and currently has nearly 270K followers. Nowadays, Danielle is back to living her best life and regularly shares pictures of herself on lavish trips in various locations or with her 10-year-old daughter, Aaliyah, whom she welcomed from a previous relationship. A quick look through Danielle's Instagram shows that she really loves traveling and living the expensive lifestyle. Since Pop Smoke died in 2020, the model has visited at least a dozen countries across the globe, including Brazil, Spain, Morocco, Tanzania, Italy, Mexico, Costa Rica, and Egypt. More recently, she was in South Africa, and she gave her followers a view of her trip when she visited the Aquila Private Game Reserve. In an October 2024 Instagram post, Danielle could be seen wearing a cute red-colored crop top, which she paired with a white mini skirt and multicolored boots. She captioned the photo writing, "God made me for motivational purposes." Danielle also loves to show off her curves, which is evidenced by the amount of bikini photos she posts on her Instagram. Her trip to Brazil during the summer of 2024 was highlighted by a series of photos that show her wearing a blue bikini and posing on a floating pool lounge chair. In the caption, she wrote, "Living is free, but my lifestyle is expensive." Danielle shows off more of her expensive lifestyle with her beautiful snaps from Italy and while posing in a private jet earlier in the year. All in all, the year 2024 was quite an eventful year for the Instagram influencer, which she capped off by gifting herself a Richard Mille wristwatch from Benny the Jeweler on her birthday. The previous year, Danielle celebrated her birthday with a night out with friends that ended with her getting sprayed with wads of cash while she wowed her guests with a stripper-esque performance. From her Instagram post, it may seem as if she wasn't affected by Pop Smoke's death, but in this case, pictures don't tell the entire story. Danielle was one of the first people to pay tribute to the rapper after he died from a gunshot wound during a home invasion on February 21st, 2020. Taking to Instagram, she expressed her grief in a lengthy tribute that read in part, "I can't sit and say I wish I hugged you more before you walked out that door Monday, cause I hugged you all night before that flight to Cali. Can't even say we should have said I love you more that night/morning cause we said it over 20 times. She went on to say, "Pop, I love you. I adore you. You exceeded my expectations as a man. I tried to protect you from everything. You know that. For anyone who ever loved him or still loves him, I understand." Danielle penned the tribute alongside a series of videos that captured her last moments with the rapper before his death. In the first video, the two can be seen enjoying a sweet moment while riding in a car. The third video shows the two cuddling on a couch together while Danielle whispers something in his ears. Months later, Danielle collaborated with jeweler Benny the Jeweler for a tribute chain for Pop Smoke. The tribute chain featured a 14K white gold pendant with a hand-painted enamel of the late rapper. She gave fans a glimpse of her new jewelry piece on Instagram while urging them to download Pop's posthumous album, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. A year after the rapper's death, Danielle took to Instagram to remember her late boyfriend again, expressing how life had been for her without him around while professing her undying love for the rapper. While some people find it easier to move on from a loss, others may take a little more time. Nipsey Hussle's wife, Lauren London, still grieving.
There was a time I couldn't even take a shower. There was a time I didn't even laugh. And I remember feeling so dark, like, am I ever going to laugh?
Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London were one of the most loved celebrity couples, and this was mainly due to how real their love felt. The duo were together from 2013 up until the moment Hussle drew his last breath in March 2019. Although it's been nearly 6 years since the rapper died, London is still having a hard time healing from the loss. In a September 2024 interview with Roddy DeVlukia on the A Really Good Cry podcast, London opened up about how she has been handling grief since Hussle's passing. She said, "I still feel like a mess. That's the thing. I guess I have to ask my friends how far I've come because I I still genuinely feel like I have not arrived anywhere. She went on to admit that she had come a long way and improved a lot since 2019, but credited her kids and her community for helping her push through the pain. London revealed, "God just placed people in my life that can kind of just usher me in and teach me and guide me. I always say the prayer of strangers held me up." London also talked about how she has been teaching her two sons about dealing with losing Nipsey Hussle. She highlighted that it's been different with both of them, as the emotional needs of her teenage son Cameron are not the same as those of her 8-year-old son Cross. London welcomed her teenager from a previous relationship, while she and Hussle welcomed Cross in August 2016. Earlier in 2024, during the 5th anniversary of Nipsey Hussle's death, London penned a heart-rendering tribute on Instagram where she detailed her grief. She wrote, "If you know me, you know March is always tough for me, 31 days of holding my breath. This day decided to fall on Easter Sunday this 2024. Interesting, considering your name #God will rise, energy never dies. I love you, eternal." But it's not all doom and gloom for Lauren London. She has slowly gotten back to work and has been involved in various projects over the last few years. In November 2023, the mother of two dropped another fashion collaboration with Puma, Protect Your Peace. The 5-piece collection was her 5th with the mega brand following Marathon Clothing, Forever Stronger, and the LA Love Story. Away from fashion and her parenting duties, London also returned to action in 2021, starring in the movie Without Remorse alongside Michael B. Jordan. She later told Entertainment Tonight that she wanted to keep moving forward because of her kids, especially Cameron, whom she claimed is more aware than his little brother. She said, "We can't stop. You know, we do have a purpose, all of us, and it's important for my sons to see me moving forward with grief, not just curling up in a ball because I curled up in a ball for a long time." Things got even busier for London in 2023 when she was granted an ownership stake in Nipsey Hussle's business assets. She received the ownership stake for Hussle's elder brother, Black Sam, who filed a report of the estate's holdings that valued them at $11 million at the time. In April 2024, London signed off on a report that granted her son, Cross, $5.6 million from Nipsey Hussle's estate. Hussle's daughter, Imani, with his ex, Tanisha Foster, would also get $5.6 million from the rapper's estate. Although Hussle's autopsy showed that Hussle and London never got married, ending the years-long rumor that they tied the knot secretly, Hussle still made financial provisions for London, just as you would a wife. While London's financial future was secured by her rumored late husband, we can't say the same for the next name on our list. PNB Rock's fiancée, Stephanie Sabunhawang, struggling financially. Ever since rapper PNB Rock died, his ex-fiancée Stephanie Sabunhawang has had to fight many battles, and they have sadly taken a toll on her. One of the biggest hits she has endured has been her finances. Stephanie, who shares a daughter named Zuri with the late rapper, opened up about how challenging life had been for her since Rock's death during a January 14th, 2023 Instagram live session. During the live, Stephanie noted that without Rock by her side to help care for their family, finances have become an existing problem. She, however, credited her ability to stay afloat on her dogged and go-getter mentality, as well as fans who have supported her energy line of sweatshirts. She said, "It's been tough without no help, without, my protector and my provider here." The live happened just 4 months after PNB Rock was robbed and fatally shot while dining at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles in Los Angeles with Stephanie. When asked whether she received any assistance in the aftermath of his death, Stephanie said no. She went on to explain how they never made any plans for death because they were still so young and never anticipated such happening. She said, "He did not have life insurance. No, he did not have a will. No, we didn't have nothing set up. We're so young that we don't plan on death. I don't get no death benefits. I don't get nothing." She concluded the live by revealing that while she's still grappling with the loss, the ordeal has only strengthened her faith in God. Later that year, while marking the 1-year anniversary of the selfish rapper's death, Stephanie described how she had been going through a phase of deepest depression. She also opened up about arguing with God over reliving the moment while sharing a picture of the happy days that captured the couple chilling on a boat on a sunny day. While recounting the fateful day, she wrote, "This same day last year, you could look into my eyes and until my soul was not in my body. All I could hear were the gunshots over and over, and they were so loud I couldn't hear myself think. I was so terrified and heartbroken." The photo roll also included a picture of the couple celebrating an occasion with a giant ice cream cone cake and family pics of the two with their daughter, Zuri, and Rock's daughter from a previous relationship, Milan. Stephanie was with Rock when he was shot, and she immediately came under intense scrutiny from fans after some people suggested that the killers may have traced him to the restaurant through Stephanie's Instagram post, which tagged their location a few moments before the shooting. Although that theory has since been disproved, some fans have still continued to blame her for Rock's death. More recently, Rock's daughter Milan and her mother sparked controversy when they criticized Stephanie for her actions on that day. During an Instagram live, Milan could be heard saying, "Why was she asking, is he dead?" over and over. "You're trying to be cute. Girl, you're doing too much, seriously." Milan's mother also accused Stephanie of dishonesty, accusing her of lying to Milan, herself, and Rock's mother. She also subtly hinted that Stephanie may have orchestrated the murder. Nearly a week later, Stephanie chose to keep things classy when she responded to the allegations. Although she admitted being hurt by the same people I take care of and look out for, she maintained that she still forgives Milan and loves her. From Stephanie's fight to clear her name, we move to another woman who's been locked in a fight for justice since her fiancé was murdered. Young Dolph's fiancé fighting for justice. Young Dolph's slaying on November 17, 2021 is arguably one of Memphis's most high-profile murder cases. The rapper was ambushed by gunmen and struck 22 times. Apart from the fact that Dolph was a famous rapper, the brutal way in which he was killed got people calling for justice, and that fight is being spearheaded by Dolph's longtime partner and fiancée Mia J. In a 2023 interview with Reg TV, Jay opened up about advocating for justice in Dolph's case and the Black Men Deserve to Grow Old movement. Jay revealed that channeling the pain she felt after the loss was crucial to starting the movement. Interestingly, the slogan has also been made into a streetwear brand, which Jay reveals is focused on preserving the late rapper's legacy. While speaking on what she aims to achieve with the movement, Jay said, "We're not holding one another accountable for the lives that are being taken senselessly, violently, and things of that nature. And so we need to speak up and let our people know like we need to do better." Jay started the campaign in 2021 after her brother was killed. Unfortunately, the year still held more heartbreak for her, and that came when her fiancé Young Dolph was gunned down at the age of 36. When asked about the impact of the double tragedy on her, Jay responded, "I had no idea that literally 3 months later from me launching that it would be myself. It would be more personal than ever. You know, my brother, we were like this, but it was like my person, my soulmate, my children." Both of her children with the late rapper have since launched collections under the streetwear brand featuring shirts, socks, sweatshirts, and hats. All of the designs honor their late father, and Jay told Reg TV that her children feel empowered to be part of the movement to reclaim the streets. It's not so hard to understand why the movement means so much to Jay. She and Young Dolph dated for nearly a decade and welcomed 2 children during that period, a son Trey and a daughter Ari. The duo were planning their marriage when his life was painfully cut short, and Jay claimed during a 2022 interview that the situation felt like her future was stolen from her. Jay also added that Dolph had put in the work over the years to make a success in his career and also be a present father and partner. Their marriage was meant to be the icing on the cake, but they were denied the opportunity to celebrate their love story on a grand stage. So far, 3 men, Justin Johnson, Cornelia Smith, and Hernandez Govan, have been arrested in connection with the murder of the rapper. Justin Johnson was accused of shooting Dolph. He was sentenced to life in prison in September 2024. Well, all good things must surely end, and with that, we draw the curtain. To enjoy more insightful content that pries into the lives of the most talked about rappers, be sure to click on the card showing on the screen.